So I did some math, and just for the record, this does not account gacha rates and whatever other pity systems Project Moon has introduced that we do not know about. I am genuinely making this not to like scare players. I'm doing this to show that buying something from the shard shop is going to take quite a bit of time. You get 50 shards from a max rarity identity dupe. Buying an ego from the dispensary seems to cost 400. That is 8 dupes. We have 12 sinners, each with a single identity and 5 ego slots. For the sake of argument, let's say 2 egos are optimal per character. And let's say you have your set team of 5 frontliners and 7 backliners. Every ego or identity ascension costs Fred. From level 1 to 2 costs 20, and from level 2 to 3 costs 60. We don't know if the cost changes with rarity, but let's just go with this. For 1 sinner to have max ascension and 2 max egos, you need 240 Fred. We don't know the conversion rate for Fred, but if 1 shard equals 1 Fred, that's almost 5 max rarity dupes to max 1 character. That makes 1200 for 5 identities. That's 24 dupes. Now add the backliners for passive abilities, 1760 Fred. That is 35.2 max level dupes. Now, let's say you want to buy an identity and 2 ego. That might end up being 1200 just to buy and 1440 Fred to max. I'm sure that the rewards from the mirror dungeons will outweigh at least upgrade costs, but getting who you want will be a very harsh waiting game as a free-to-play player. This all sounded pretty grim, but if nothing changed since TGS, a single pull costs 130 Lunacy. We get 40 by doing a next stage challenge, and around 400 per just clearing a chapter. So if a chapter has 10 stages, we end up with 800 Lunacy per chapter. That is 6 gacha pulls per chapter. All of this might have absolutely terrified you, but to me, honestly, this seems pretty standard. Like 6 pulls per chapter is really goddamn good. The only single big factor I see is that players rolling for a single character and paying money for him might get like a big ahead on upgrading those characters. But only time will tell, and of course the rates. I genuinely feel like I've blown this out of proportion. Make of this as you will, because honestly in most gacha game the material requirements are mentally insane, so even if they give us like 20 Fred for a roguelike run, it will be 4 runs until we can max out a character, which again in gacha terms wouldn't be so bad. I'm stitching this out of several recordings while thinking and talking to people. Fred is the only upgrade resource. Then if in time new mirror dungeon things get introduced or even new mirror dungeons, what's the point of running the new mirror dungeon unless it gives you more Fred? Or for example, is just easier to clear with your team? I mean, the only motivation are gonna be battle pass quests, or you know, if the player does not have control over it. Which both are very interesting and subpar. So I guess, get ready to grind.